Good morning, students. I'm Subramanya Vyas, lecturer in biology, Alpha Pre University College, KR Nagar, Mysore district speaking. I welcome you all to my class. In this class, I'm going to show you how to write transverse section of young anther and enlarged view of microsporangium easily. So first, let me consider the transverse section of young anther. In your textbook, cross section without cellular features, histological features have been given. In this section, the four microsporangia are there. You look to the left part of your screen. So this is a microsporangia one. This one is a second one. This is third one, and this is fourth one. So the microsporangia which are shown in first line are a bit larger in their diameter, and the second line are a bit smaller. So first we have to write the microsporangia, and then surrounding these microsporangia there are supporting protective layers. Protective layers are there. First one is epidermis. And the second one is endothelium. Third one are two layers of middle layers. Okay, and fourth one is tapetum. This is the nourishing layer. And finally, as a part of the microsporangium, there is a presence of sporogenous tissue. So, in the backdrop of the discussion of the structure of anther in its transverse section, what we have made. So let's attempt to write the diagram. We can begin to write this diagram easily by writing inverted pyramid. Right, inverted deep pyramid like this, and you draw a horizontal line almost at the middle of this triangle like this. Now at the corners you mark the points. 4 points are there, and you draw circles keeping these points at the middle. You draw 4 circles like this. These circles are the circles where we are going to write microsporangia. Now you wipe out these lines. Lines are completely removed now. Now you write bordering circles for the 4 circles from inside like this. Okay, so you are writing bordering circles like this. Now you have 4 microsporangia with the tapetal lining. So let me mark so that it will be easy for you to understand. This is a sporogenous tissue. So here I am labeling the parts in the beginning itself in order to make you clear about the various regions of the diagram, parts of the diagram. But while you write in your answer sheet, you can choose to mark the labeling at the end of, after finishing of writing the diagram. That's also quite good. So here, in order to make you understand, I am doing this. This is the tapetal layer, tapetum. Okay, now let us write border lines surrounding microsporangia, which indicates protective layers. How to write them? How many lines are there? 3 lines are there. So I'll write 3 lines here. Sorry, I use pencil. 3 lines. 1, 2, 3 lines. I'm marking 3 lines here in the same way, this side of the diagram. The distance between one line to another line should be same. There should not be any variation. The gap should be same. So the ventral part, the lower part of the diagram, you shall write inverted U like this. inverted U, right? So now you choose the lower line and you continuously border the microsporangium and you connect all the lines like this. Okay, like this. And now you choose second line, you do in this similar way, you connect all the sides. Okay, I have connected all the lines. So now we have got a protective layers. I label them. The outermost layer, this one, is epidermis. Epidermis. So here I will show that in the textbook diagram, epidermis is marked here. Epidermis, and it is not that you have to label the diagram in the same sequence which is given in your textbook. You have to mark correct region, correct point of the diagram and make labeling. You need not maintain this sequence of letters, the sequence of words, the way how they are there in your textbook. Okay, the second one is endothecium. So this is the endothecium. So you write continuous word. Here I am short of space, I am writing like this. The third one is middle layers. You look to the textbook, these are the middle layers. So middle layers are here, these are middle layers. And I have to write another one thing, this one connective. Okay, you label connective too. Connective. And finally I need to name the diagram. What is this diagram? This diagram is a sectional view. You see here, transverse section of young anther. Transverse section of young anther. Section of young anther. Okay, so we have finished off writing the sectional view of young anther. Now we have to take up the enlarged part of microsporangia. I shall make the space free to write the diagram, but actually in your answer sheet you have to write the diagrams together. I will make this space, I will erase this diagram and then I will continue to write. So now I have to write the enlarged view of young anther, which shows the part of microsporangia. Let me analyze the diagram first. Here you see the outermost layer, as you have studied, there's epidermis, the second layer is endothecium, and third layers, middle layers, and the fourth one is a nourishing layer, there's the tapetum, and inside there are microspore mother cell, that's the fifth part. So you can very clearly observe variations in the size of the cells. The cells of tapetal layer is a bit larger with dense cytoplasm and prominent nucleus, and it is same to those cells of microspore mother cells, whereas the cells of epidermis, endothecium, middle layers are narrower, and you have to clearly show this difference while you write the diagram. So the diagram as a whole, the outline structure, it appears like a D, a slanted D. I will slightly mark this like this. Okay, so now I will consider the outermost layer, epidermis, to write. How to write? You see, you write like this. So over the borderline, what you have written, you can write like this. Okay, these are the epidermal cells. They are narrower and box shaped in their structure. They are protective in nature. They are protective in nature. Writing epidermal cell layer is over. So next I will take up writing endothelium. So endothelial cells are also somewhat similar to those of epidermal cells. So here I shall follow one technique. You see, this is the middle part of epidermal cells. I am writing radial cell walls all along the epidermal cell layer like this. Okay, and so that it will be easy for me to write the next cell layer, that is endothelium. So now you are joining the radial cells with the radial cell wall with tangential cell walls. Now writing writing endothelial cell layer is over. Let me label so that it will be easy for us, it will be very clear for us. This is epidermis, okay, this is endothelium. Okay, now I shall take up writing middle layers. You will write middle layers in the very same way how you wrote the epidermis and endothelium. So two middle layer cells are there. You have to write both the layers, okay, like this, both the layers. So writing middle layers of cells is almost over. Yes, I have finished off. Okay, let me label this. What are these? Middle layers, this one and this one, middle layers of cells. And now I have to write tapetal layer. The cells are quite larger with dense cytoplasm, as I have already told you. So for that I write longer lines like this, sufficiently longer lines, so that I can make larger cells. Okay, so the shape of this cell, the number of corners in this cell, number of cells need not be exactly the same how it is there in your textbook. The shape of cells may slightly vary, number of corners may vary, but there should not be gross difference. Okay, and you shall not forget to write the nucleus, because these cells are the cells which will provide nourishment for developing microspores, and most of the time more than one nuclei will be there in them. So tapetal layer is over. This is tapetum. And now finally I have to write microspore mother cells. So here too the cells are larger. So now you choose these ends, these angular ends of the cells, to write like this, okay, and you can flatten some cells. You can flatten if the configuration of cell do not appear correct. You can make minor modifications. So you see like this, by using eraser minor modifications can be made, no problem. While you write the diagram, you should not think that the diagram should you should write the diagram at once 100% correct. Okay, so if you have that mindset in you, you lose confidence. So you practice, that will make you perfect. The diagram what I am writing, if you have a thorough practice, you can write this within 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, so now writing the enlarged portion of young anther microsporangium is over. Now I have to label this diagram. What is diagram? Let me see how they have given in your textbook. Enlarged view of one microsporangium. So enlarged view of one microsporangium. Let me simply write microsporangium. Okay, so children, I hope My explanation and the pattern of writing the diagram was helpful for you. I think you can follow this. Keep a sheet of paper with you, pencil, eraser, two types of pencils, light pencils, dark pencils, good quality of eraser. You practice writing diagram many times, 3 times, 4 times. In the beginning, at the beginning, you just make rough sketches. You don't go to write a perfect diagram at once. Make rough sketches, have a practice, and finally you write a diagram. So that will really improve your efficiency. Thank you all for listening to me and watching my video. I'll come back in my next video taking up some other diagram to make you easy to write the diagram. Thank you. Students, I missed one thing. You shall label microspore mother cells here. Microspore mother cells. Okay, you shall not miss any of the labelings given in your textbook. Right? Right. Thank you. Thank you. I'll come back. Thank you for watching my video.